This is an overview of the logo grid widget for Elementor by Unlimited Elements. Let's get started. To get started, first of all, you're going to need to make sure you have Unlimited Elements for Elementor installed on your WordPress website. If it's not installed, you can just jump into Plugins, Add New, search for Unlimited Elements. It's a free plugin, and just install it from the WordPress directory. Over here, inside of the plugin, we're going to jump into the search, and I'm going to search for Logo Grid, which is the widget that we're going to do a demo for. I'm going to click install once, and it's installed to my WordPress website. Jump into my Elementor page builder, and again search for Logo Grid. Here's the widget. Drag it inside of Elementor, and I'm going to take you over all the steps of how you can customize this and show you all the features that are available. So the first setting is for how many items you want to be or how many columns there should be in a row. So over here the default is 4, but we can change that, for example, to 2, and you can see how nicely that adapts and it changes everything flexible. Next thing is for the space between the items. So if we want more space between them, we can drag this up or down. So let's go for 40 pixels, which looks good. By the way, both of these settings are responsive. So if you have a different breakpoint, for example, tablet, and let's go to mobile view, and you can see that on mobile, it's just one column. So let's change it to 2 columns and change the space to be a bit smaller, and you can see how nicely that adapts. Going back to desktop, we have an option for logo opacity and opacity on hover. So right now both of these are 100%, and we can play around with this. So it can be with opacity at the beginning, and only when you hover over it, it becomes 100%, or we can go the different way around. Only once we hover, the opacity will be added. We can enable links. Enabling links means each one of these items will become a link, and we can later on set a different link for each sponsor or logo. Let's jump into items. Over here we can manage our items. So this is actually using the default Elementor repeater, where you can duplicate items, delete items, add new items, and click to edit an item. Items over here are very simple. We just give them a name, an image, and if we want to enable links and want to use the link field, we can give each logo a link. I'm going to add a couple images over here just to see how quickly and how nicely this adapts. I mean, no matter what size the logo is, it will adapt in the best way. So you can see we have one wide logo and one higher logo, and it's actually showing out pretty nice. The Adidas and Puma logo, even though I didn't do anything to adjust those, just placed them in, downloaded it from online, and uploaded. So awesome. Next up, let's jump into style and see what we have over here. So the items have a border around them. We can change the border width, the border color. We can add some radius if we want to make the corners rounded. Item height, we can play around with the height, and you can see once I change the height, all the images are adapting in the best way to fit the item itself without cutting the logo, which is really, really, really important. Let's add some background over here. Looking so cool, so awesome. And you can play around with that. And in case your file or your image is colorful and not just black and white, you can also play with the blend modes. Padding will space the logo inside of its box, so I can just add some more padding, and you can see everything is really, really responsive, really adaptive and flexible. CSS Filter, this is again more for items that are colorful, like a colored logo, so you can make it black and white, and then only when you hover you can make it colorful. Just a quick example. Let's add some shadow. So I'm going to go for blur 40, vertical offset, And let's make this a little bit more lighter. Looking awesome. And item hover, we can add maybe a different background color. Let's go for a darker blue, or maybe let's go for a different color like green. Can add a different border on hover, a different CSS filter, and we have an option for hover animation. So that's about it. I think we went over everything. Look how awesome it is. In seconds, you can make something really, really awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more updates about more cool stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.